The holiday season is officially here, and today we're kicking things off with a drink that flies right out of Christmas pop culture history and right into your mug. The legendary Rum Rum Rudolph from Frankie's Tiki Room here in Las Vegas. This is one of my absolute favorite holiday cocktails in town. It's big, it's bold, it's full of spice, and full of seasonal cheer. But before we mix it up, let's fly back through the snowy mist and talk about the surprisingly dramatic history of the red-nosed reindeer himself. Rudolph wasn't always the most famous reindeer of all. In fact, he didn't even exist until 1939 when a department store copywriter named Robert L. May was assigned to write a cheerful Christmas booklet to attract holiday shoppers. For May, money was tight and his wife was ill. He poured all of that emotion into the story of an underdog who didn't fit in but eventually would save Christmas. It's honestly one of the most heartfelt origin stories for any Christmas character ever. The original booklet was a huge hit, selling over 2 million copies in the first year, but it wasn't until May's brother-in-law Johnny Marks turned the story into the song Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer in 1949 that things really took off. And in another twist of this magical holiday story, Gene Autry, the singing cowboy, did not even want to sing Rudolph's song. His wife convinced him otherwise, and it became one of the best-selling singles of all time. The Rudolph empire kept growing, TV specials, movies, and of course Rankin Bass's classic stop motion from 1964, which is basically Christmas eye comfort food. And now all these decades later, Rudolph is still the ultimate icon for anyone who's ever felt like the odd one out, which, in Tiki, is kind of all of us. So, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, at the end of the day, is full of holiday cheer and spirit, but at its heart is, yes, corporate capitalism at its finest. So that brings us to today's cocktail. So Frankie's Tiki Room created this one, and it delivers all the cozy winter baking spice notes wrapped in a classic Vegas Tiki punch. And so the rums I'll be using today, you need a 151, which I'll be using Lemon Heart, and you need a Spiced Rum, which of course I'm using Betty Page Spiced Rum. So to start, you will need 2 ounces of orange juice, 1/4 of an ounce of vanilla syrup, 1/2 of an ounce of cinnamon syrup, 1/2 of an ounce of cream of coconut, and 1 dash of Angostura bitters, 1 ounce of 151, and 1 ounce of spiced rum. Fill the tin with ice and shake until chilled. Dirty pour into a glass or mug of your choice. And for the garnish, the book says to use a dusting of nutmeg and a cocktail cherry, but today I am using mint and 2 cocktail cherries. And that, my friends, is how you make the Rum Rum Rudolph from Frankie's Tiki Room here in Las Vegas. So now comes the best part. Let's give it a shot. So I've had this drink plenty of times in the past, so I can tell you that right up front, you get that cinnamon, that vanilla, that warmth, almost like holiday in a glass. That velvety coconut really kind of smooths everything out. Even with the 151 really giving you that heat, and the spiced rum is just, Betty Page spiced rum is fantastic. The citrus really kind of brightens the drink, keeps it from feeling too heavy, even with that 151 bringing in that sleigh ride after the dark intensity. But if Santa drank Tiki, I think this probably would be his go-to and would keep him going from rooftop to rooftop, night after night. But this is just one of those cocktails that hits, that nostalgic nerve in everybody, like turning on Christmas lights for the first time every single year. Like you can see here, it's comforting, it's cozy, it's warm, it's fun, it's still a little wild, and a bit dangerous, kind of like Frankie's itself. And that is the Rum Rum Rudolph. It is the perfect kickoff, in my opinion, to the holiday season. I hope your December is full of warmth and good company, and maybe a few tiki drinks that help you kind of escape the cold. If it's cold where you are, it's not that cold here. Or at least pretend you are somewhere tropical, or if you have to deal with in-laws. So I'm wishing you all a safe and happy and very tiki Christmas season. We will be doing this over the next few weeks. I have another drink from Frankie's coming up, and I have 2 from Trader Sam's as well. So please stay tuned and come back. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this. Please follow all of my social media channels here on YouTube, Instagram, and even TikTok. I know I'm one of those 40-year-olds that's on TikTok. But that all being said, Akole Maluna, everybody. Cheers and enjoy.